of show this is? Do you know what kind of show it is? A big bad wolf show? And it's even more than that. This is an opera. Does anybody know what an opera is? What's an opera? Shout it out. That's exactly right, an opera. An opera is a play that we set to music and we sing. It's kind of like a musical, but the music is a little more complicated, and instead of just doing songs and stopping, we pretty much have the music going throughout. Has anybody here seen any musicals? Yeah? The nice boy in the back row, what have you seen? Seussical is an awesome musical. Anybody else seen any musicals? How about High School Musical? Anybody heard of that one? Maybe you're a little young for that one. Oh yes, she's seen High School Musical. What would you guys think if I told you that if it weren't for operas, there wouldn't be any High School Musical or Seussical or maybe even Elmo Live or any of that stuff? Because they thought up the idea for opera first. Opera is over 400 years old. That's pretty old, huh? That's older than your mom and dad, right? Yeah. Now in operas, we use the music to set the mood, to tell the story, and to sort of show what the action is. I'm going to have our wonderful accompanist, Miss Robbins, play some music for you. And I want you guys to tell me what you think might be happening when you hear this kind of music, okay? How does that sound to you? What's that? Fancy? Yeah, what else? Well, you just want to see that big bad wolf, don't you? Kind of happy? I think I heard somebody say happy, dancy, and light. So I want you guys to be listening for when that music comes in the opera, and you'll see how close you were. Now, what if you heard music that sounds like this? How does that sound? Scary. Anything else? Exciting? Yeah. Yeah. And I bet that kind of sounds like Big Bad Wolf to you, huh? Yeah. So that music is also in the opera, so when you guys hear that, I want you to think back to what you were thinking of now and see how close you were. Now sometimes in operas, we have a short musical phrase, just like a little tune, that represents one of the characters in the story. Now in this story, the wolf has his own little tune, and it sounds like this. Every time you hear that music, that's the wolf's music. You can hear that music when he's singing, or if you hear it and he's not here yet, you know he's on the way. Sometimes in operas, they'll play the person's tune when people are just thinking about that character. Now I'm going to teach you guys a big fancy word for this little tune that represents a character. This is a German word, so I want you to go home and impress your friends. The word is leitmotif. Can you say that? Leitmotif. Awesome. So now you guys know a big fancy German word you can impress your friends with. So I'm going to have Miss Robbins play another little piece of music, and I want you guys to listen and raise your hand if you hear the wolf's leitmotif. Yes, very good. And here again. There you go. That's it. So you know that the wolf is coming when you hear that music. Very good. Now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to come down into the audience because I need just a few volunteers to help me out. Now I can't have everybody, but a couple of you are going to help us to move the story along. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a little strawberry. Now don't eat it because they're not real, so they don't taste too good. They're plastic, okay? And what you're going to do is during the show, Ms. Robbins is going to stand up and tell you when to put them up on the stage. I'm going to have you guys come up. If you're on this side of the stage, you can put them right here. And if you're on the other side of the stage, if you're closer to here, you can put them right here. Okay? So wait until she tells you, and then you guys are going to bring up your strawberries, okay? Now, one more thing I want to tell you. The rest of you are going to get to help us out, too, because you're going to help us move the story along as well. The wolf is going to be asking you some questions. And if you know the answer, you just shout it right out. You're going to help the story along by doing that, okay? But if the wolf goes like this, shh, shh, then you know that's the time to get quiet so that you can hear the rest of the story. And so by way of introduction, I'm going to have our orchestra, Miss Robbins, play the overture. Enjoy the show.